Hi, Sarina. Congratulations. A really, really good performance today. Just wonder, you said before the game, it being a hard week. We've been chatting about it all week. You seemed like you were really enjoying yourself with the goal celebrations out there.
Yeah, and with scoring the goals. That was, No, I think it was a very good performance. What we wanted to do tonight is press very early and high and win the ball back as soon as possible and then play, of course, as good as possible, create chance to score goals. I think we did that really well the first half. And also they changed their shape. We adapted really well. We stayed connected and kept the energy in the game too. I thought that was really good to see. And I think the second half they dropped, at moments they didn't drop that deep, but they played really even more compact in a 5-4-1 most times, sometimes 5-4-3. But then we had to find the space, what was a little harder. Although the goal we scored, I thought was really good by skipping play, having a good cross and coming from the goal. And then at those moments, you want to be a bit more tight on the ball and switch a little quicker, keep having the runs in behind. But overall, of course, when you win 6-0, I think we're all very happy.
What does it say about the character of the team? Obviously, we've seen that character previously, but the fact that there had been so much noise this week and to then put in such a good performance like that.
Yeah, I think we trained really well this week too, and that was already good to see. So I hoped also before the game that we could show in the game what we had showed in the training sessions. That was already really good. So of course we have a job to do, and it's nice when you can do that with a lot of energy and fun. And it's of course more fun when you are ahead and you score goals and you don't concede any.
One player looked like they were really enjoying themselves, Aggy, obviously getting the hat trick. What did you like in her performance today?
I think, of course, she's a goal scorer. She scores goals very easy, really good. I think she has such quick feet. She was on the way all the time, but in good positions. And when she was high on the pitch, she was really tight on the ball too. And I think the team did well too in coming into position, so that helped. So the connections were really good. And yeah, I think she played really relaxed.
Pretty much put to place.
Sorry?
Pretty much put to place on the plane to Switzerland.
Now you're putting some words in my mouth. I think she did really well today.
Thanks, Sarina.
Go to Kit. Thank you.
Hi, Sarina. Congratulations. Was there any relief when the game kicked off tonight? Because after kind of a week of such loud conversations off the pitch, it felt like you could just play a game of football. So was there any kind of relief once the match started?
Not relief, but really ready to play. And as I said, we trained really well too. And then you come here, and what we said too, we're going back to business. We move on. We wanted to secure first of all the second spot in the Nations League. Then we needed a win against Portugal. And now we're moving on and we're going to Spain. So that's what our focus is on right now.
And just obviously on the goalkeepers have been such a talking point this week, and it's very understandable why Hannah played tonight. Was there ever any consideration of giving either Chiara or Anna their international debut tonight? Because it felt like as straightforward a start to international football as you could get. So was there any thought of doing that?
To be honest, no. Hannah, I planned Hannah to be on goal, and I think I'm happy with Chiara and Anna too in that keepers unit. But Hannah's the first goalkeeper.
And obviously, you had such an emphatic win in your last home game against Belgium back in April, and obviously 4 days later it didn't go so well. How do you make sure that after this heavy victory, it's different in the next match?
Yeah. Well, I don't think you can ever make sure, but we're going to do our very, very best to get a great performance on Tuesday and do some recovery now, do the review of this game tomorrow, and then move on to Tuesday where we want to do well.
Thanks, Kit. We'll go to Catherine. Thanks.
Hi, Sarina. Georgia Stanway, Lauren Hemp and Alex Greenwood all got minutes today coming back from injury. I just kind of wondered what you thought of their performances and how good it was to see them back on the pitch. Yeah,
of course, that's really nice to see them back. And they've worked so hard to get where they are right now. And that's what they show. Look, if you haven't put all the work in it, to this point, then you cannot have a performance what they showed tonight, and I'm really happy with that. And of course, we need to keep building, and the Euros is really coming close, and at the same time, we want to perform in the Nations League, so trying to find that balance.
You started Esme Morgan and Jess Carter alongside Leah Williamson and Lucy Bronze, and obviously Esme and Jess came on at half-time against Belgium, and I don't think conceded a goal in the second half, and I wondered kind of how much of your decision to play them was kind of how well they'd done in that game.
Yeah, of course, you look at who you have available, how players perform, what connections you would like to see, finding balance also, what super strengths of some players in possession or more out of possession or both. And then you figure also out, of course, what you can expect from Portugal. And then we came to this decision.
Thanks. We'll go to Amy and then Sandra.
Hi, Sarina. Just building on that, you have a lot of options in that kind of left centre-back and left-back spot. How much going into the Euros do you think it is about, finding who suits certain opponents and certain situations, or just wanting to have stability maybe of just a back four that you can rely on all the time?
Yeah.
How are you trying to balance that kind of two things?
These are the thoughts we have too. Of course, you want these connections. Some players play more together than others. And you have your opponents. So right now and of course we still have players that are building too. So you see, okay, can they go to the level they had before they had injuries? So we are, I don't know yet. We're still trying out things and finding balance. We have 2 more games to get that figure out.
Does it have any impact as well, the fact that Jess and Esme are, in the middle of a season, like the positives that can bring to the team?
Well, I think a lot of players came out of the season and are still, absolutely ready to play. When necessary, of course, we'll always monitor players, and when necessary, we think, okay, a player needs some rest. We'll do that too. And but so far, everyone looks good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amy. We'll go across to Sandra and then Anton.
Hi, Sarina. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How important was it to have quite a hefty win, particularly ahead of the game against Spain next?
Important?
How important was it to have hefty, multiple goal win, 6 goal win?
Oh, okay, sorry, yeah. Still learning. Now, of course, that's very good. What we say, this game tonight was really important because we know if we win this game, then we are secured for the second spot. And that means that we're in a good position for the World Cup draw, which is really important too. Now we're here, of course, then you go Tuesday to the game, and you want to win that game because you want to win the Nations League too. And at the same time, we're preparing for the Euros.
And obviously, all the stuff will focus been on the goalkeeper, but up top, with Lauren Hemp coming back, Michelle Adjuman's in your squad, Leslie Russo wasn't here today, but there's 6 goals. So does it feel like, at the other side, that you're now a bit sport for choice in terms of forward striker options?
Yeah, we have so many options up front in the squad right now. And what we also hope, of course, is that LJ's coming back too. She's still in rehab and doing good. So trying to build her into and see what that competition, of course, will be. But I hope they're all every striker will be fit who we have now in the squad. LJ added to that, and that's going to be really hard for me to make decisions for the squad, for the Euro squad. And we have many options then in the tournament.
Right, thank you.
Thanks, Sandra. Go to Anton.
Hi, Sarina. How many forwards do you need then in your 23 squad? Because you're going to have to disappoint 2 or 3, right?
Yeah, I could do 10, but I don't think then your squad is very balanced. So of course, what you want to do is you want options in every position, and in the ideal situation is that you have on every position an extra player, and sometimes a player can also play in 2 positions, so that could help in the squad too. But that's also finding balance.
Congratulations on the big win tonight, but obviously Spain scored a lot of goals tonight. Germany did the same. France did the same. Is it kind of the big teams, the contenders, is kind of motivating to show like we're all playing really well going into the Euros?
Yeah, I think what you also see that teams are getting prepared for the Euros and at the same time play the Nation League. So we're all in the same boat, I would say. And we also see that some players have some rest or have small injuries where they don't take any risks. So that's, yeah, you know, when the tournament starts, you can't predict that now. It's going to be different, I think. But I think, yeah, it's nice to have a good win tonight. And I think the other countries who did so are probably really happy too.
And just finally, the Spain game on Tuesday night, just how big is it to be playing the world champions who you've got history with so close to the tournament? Because it feels like it's a real sort of test of where both teams are, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, we played them in February. That was a good performance. I think now playing that final match of the Nations League, of course, we both want to win that league. But what I just said, also preparing for the Euros and yeah, finding that balance. I expect they will do that too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Final question from Courtney at the back.
Hi, Sarina. There's been a noise around the squad, but let's have a look at the positive stuff in terms of Arsenal winning the Champions League, your Arsenal contingent. I just wonder what sort of atmosphere they brought into the squad this week, and especially with the sincerity you spoke with last week about how excited you were for that game for them. So what bounce have they brought into the squad?
Yeah, so much energy, and they were of course so happy. And well, you can see that on the pitch too. Of course, that well, not Alessia, that she needed to like a break, but she's in a very good mood too. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. They won it. I think, yeah, when I talk about it, you just get goosebumps. It's incredible. And they came in that way too, and they got a little longer break to celebrate a little bit that that incredible win they had. But yeah, it was very enjoyable with them.
Yeah, and just on the back of that, obviously they're professionals, but how difficult is it, less than a week ago for them to, to do that, to come in, and then you look at obviously Beth Mead and Chloe Kelly combining for the goals today, and obviously big performances from Arsenal players too.
Yeah, I think that's really good. So that's what we said too. They just switched when they switched on for England when they came in, and of course we celebrated. We were all very proud of them. And we all knew we had a big game tonight. So, yeah, they said, well, back to business and let's show. And I think that's what they did.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, everyone. Have a
Thank
good
you.